Hello my cabbages, welcome back to another mapping video. Yeah, as you can see, I have a layer on, and this isn't, the world did not split up this much. There wasn't a ton of rebellions, no, this is just a provinces layer. So I made provinces to make border changes easier. Like you can see, like the pink team, the rose team over here has big provinces because, you know, it has low population. I had some more cities also, like there's no more city dots now. The red team, you know, has provinces here. Dark blue team has quite a few provinces. I mean, it's just grown big. I even pulled up borders from episode 7, or was it 6? I think it was episode 6. Because before the dark blue team took over the purple team and blue team, I mean, took over because it technically didn't, and also the cyan team because it technically didn't take over. Not the teal team, but you know, teal cyan, close enough, same difference. You know. We have the purple team doesn't have provinces, same with the teal team because they're just too small. They're kind of just one province. Yeah, no, there's more cities. We have more major cities, just kind of dot around, more provinces. And then we also have some for the other countries. So over here, gold team, gray team, light and pale blue team. Then we also have none for this one, and none for this one. I also give them a capital. I don't think they had one before, because I decided, you know, why not give them a capital? Why not? But anyways, let's get into it. Yeah, province layer. So yeah, I just referenced the borders. It looks pretty good, in my opinion. But yeah, so the first thing's gonna be a bit of a sad thing. War. Yeah, we kind of saw this coming, but like we didn't want it to happen yet. Yeah, so basically their old ruler died. That's kind of the first thing why they're doing this. I've been working on this. I haven't really been working on this one, but their old ruler died. So let me show. Let me show this, as he said. There we go. So old ruler died. So now they're having a new ruler. You can see me live editing this because, you know, I need to edit this live. Then boom, there we go, new ruler. Old one died. So old one died, they have a new ruler. This ruler is less like kind of diplomatic. They're more like just, you know, we'll take the land. Like, why are we letting them just kind of wait? And like, we're gonna take them over eventually. Why not take them over now? So yep, bye purple team. I can change over that to a city later, but later, he says. Yeah, but that's not just the purple team, also teal team. Yeah, it's kind of sad, and nobody's really doing anything about it quite yet. I mean, they're kind of thinking like, should we start doing stuff? But like, it's kind of hard to, and they're literally, I mean, kind of taking over their old dream. Like, I mean, even though they kind of killed them, I mean, that's not part of their island, but they want to unite the island, and also, you know, not part of the island. So they cannot take on the green team yet. They could maybe take on the orange team, but they decide the pink team is the weakest one there. And yes, the pink team and the green team are kind of in, you know, cahoots. And the green team, you know, would come to aid the pink team if it's really necessary. But they're like, well, they basically bribe the green team. They go, we'll give you quite a bit of money because they have money from war spoils, you know, kind of taxes. Like they're definitely, almost definitely kind of racist or nationalist, where they give like more taxes to like people from the purple, blue, and purple, blue, and cyan teams, cyan says teal, by giving them more taxes and saying like, hey, give us money, and also giving them worse jobs. So yeah. But they literally bribe the green team to not intervene because they know, you know, they probably would. So they kind of go like this, and they're like, Like, and they're like, yeah. And, I mean, the green team doesn't want them to go that far, because they're like, you know what, how about, because you can only bribe them so much. The leader's a bit greedy, but they're like, how about you only take this province, because I made a province layer for a reason, yeah. How about you only take this province, and then we can call it, like, even. And then you leave their other province, this one, to them. So, yeah. They didn't take all that they wanted, but they got the green team to stay out of this, so good for them. Yeah, their island's almost completely united. They only have a little bit of green team stuff here because of, what the other leader was doing with the religion, which also I haven't updated. You can see the borders are kind of different, but we still got our kind of 3 religions here, just kind of sticking and staying along. Sticking and staying. That sounds wrong. But yeah, so only 3 nations kind of left here, and small parts of them left only. So yeah, their goal is almost complete, which is good for them and not good for really anybody else. Really anybody else, yeah. We also have just slow expansion. I also expanded the Rose team here a bit because I wanted to add another major city, but like just kind of slow expansion from, basically all the teams that can expand. This would happen over a longer period of time. Like, this would not happen, like, all at once. Like, I'm showing it. It's more of just kind of, like, this, slowly, yeah. Oh, I forgot that I didn't kind of save it. I just kind of, so, kind of slow expansion here. Just expanding where they need to, and also kind of exploring a bit. Because, this hasn't happened a bit, and we need them to kind of expand. I mean, not need. But they're also exploring down the coast, which, if we look at it, still pretty far. And even now, they're gonna also explore down the coast, so it's gonna be a dual effort coming from each direction. You're wondering what the terrain layer looks over here. Still same kind of really steep cliffs. This, yeah, I don't get it. Is it supposed to be like a volcano or something? Because this is like, I didn't make this. This was using a map generator to like literally simulate plate tectonics and all that stuff. It's really cool, but yeah. So I'm gonna update the provinces later because, you kind of see. I'm probably just gonna expand existing provinces by doing this. Simple like that. The red team's gonna expand the only area that they can, which is not that much of an area actually. So it's the green team. The green team's just gonna expand where they want to. I tried to make them based off like terrain earlier, but that takes too long and it's kind of makes weird looking borders. Funky looking. I mean, it worked fine for the orange team because the orange team's a very coastal team. Like, I mean, honestly, the cyan team used to have not maybe the best army. I think the dark blue team has a better, not army, navy. Dark blue team has a better navy because, well, they're just kind of bigger. But like the cyan/teal team used to have the best, like, navy to army ratio, like way better navy than they did army. But now I think that's for the orange team because, well, the teal/cyan team, that was, I think, now kind of dead, and the orange team actually is doing pretty well. Well enough that they can actually encompass the entire kind of sea area that they have here. Not like a big sea, but, it's still a sea. Yeah. So they kind of encompass this whole area, encircling it because, encapsulating, as they say. Thanks, Adas, for reminding me of that one. If you know, you know. Yeah, and the dark blue team's also going to expand from the normal purple team territory. Expanding. This area's a bit steeper, but, they still kind of expand through it. I'm only going to do them right now. I'm probably going to expand the other teams, unrelated teams next episode or something. Just kind of alternate between them, slowly expanding, I guess. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's my plan, but, well, whether I'll do it, still need to find out. Yeah, so here's a bit less kind of hilly, but you got some rivers, just normal stuff. Normal stuff, really. So all the teams have kind of expanded just where they wanted to, because, they can. Anyways, I'm having a special kind of natural event happen. A large, well, not really forest fire, but like crop fire. Like there's been a big drought in the pink team, which causes like this large fire to like engulf the area. Let me make a layer for this actually. Now I'm reminding myself of the plague layer, which I still have not resolved in a bit. I'll get to that after the fire. And this can't be, this gotta be like red, like slightly orangier. Okay, so fire starting around this town, kind of spreading with the direction of the wind while looking at the Coriolis effect. I don't know exactly how that would work. I think there would actually be, the winds would actually kind of be blowing them this way, right? Because they kind of, it doesn't matter. They're just going to be spreading. Maybe they're not wind-ridden fire because, a lot of the time fires and low winds actually won't spread as far, or won't spread the direction of the winds. They'll just spread the direction of most vegetation. So it's kind of spreading, fairly quickly. I mean, fire spreads fast, but engulfing a large portion of the cropland and even spreading into the red team a bit. They're trying to fight this, but of course they don't have a firefighting team. There's no like fire department here because, well, this is just kind of not the time that they'd have a fire department. So yeah, we got this, kind of fire really just spreading fire. And, well, expanding towards the coast a bit. It's not going to go past the coast, but really, scorching the crops, which is not good. I mean, they tried to kind of fight it by, like, throwing water, but, like, it's not really happy. So the only way to really resolve this is kind of wait for, like, some sort of, like, large, rainstorm to happen. But like I said, it's been kind of a drought recently, so one's really not coming yet, and eventually a kind of rainstorm happens. Literally, like, that just kind of literally kind of taking out this northern portion, because it's only like northern portion of the it's rainy, kind of like taking it back by extinguishing the fires, but like doesn't completely. The southern portion is still ravaging, but like it won't affect this area as much because this area has already been like kind of wet, and it only really goes well on dry brush, so it's kind of affecting, I mean, even outside of the pink team, the kind of brush area here. So it's really just spreading down south, which is not going well, and yeah, I mean, like, another storm happens, it's starting to get rainier and rainier, and the northern portion again, only leaving like the far southern portion. But the thing is, you might notice the storm's kind of spreading near the capital, and if the capital goes on fire, well, that's not gonna be good. It's not like complete other destruction, but it's not going well. This is like a big fire, lots of land scorched. And thankfully, before the capital can get burned down, there's a real big rainstorm that really kind of almost completely extinguishes it, except for like a small portion kind of out here, which manages to kind of grow a bit, but not before it rains again, and it completely just destroys it. So yeah. Biggest wildfire yet in history. There's probably been some smaller ones, but this is like the biggest wildfire. But the thing is, this has ramifications because, this killed a lot of the crops. This is summer, so this is like kind of summertime. Actually, this planet doesn't really have the same seasons. It would have tilt, but like summer-like. It's not actually called summer, but their summer-like season. So all the crops got planted in their spring-like season, and there goes all the crops, which causes mass famine, really. Like, their population starts declining, and something they actually have to do is, like, kind of allow immigration more, like, be like, come join us. They're kind of, like, considered, why the red team, they're considered, like, the wacko breakaway But like the Rose team kind of considers themselves as the red team. Like they think they're the true red team. Because remember they had the whole ruler debacle. If we look at the layer, you know, they thought they're more legitimate than this guy. When, you know, they're up here kind of splitting because they didn't think it could go through a woman. Because not women. That's satirical. Yeah, so they kind of like were trying to let in immigration, which kind of actually eases up how extreme they are, but at the same time it's not quite working because nobody wants to go to that wacko southern state, really. So yeah, mass famine. Like they're trying to trade more, like, you know, population to rebound, but like they're trying to trade more, get more imports, which actually kind of opens up their borders and makes the red team kind of friendlier with them. But still, mass famine, their power is really kind of going downhill. It's not looking good right now. The red team could probably wage a war on them and win if they, you know, like if they had the, you know, process to, you know, the right to, but they don't. I mean, it's bad luck, you know, bad politics here. So yeah, it kind of really does not help. So now we go back over here. The gold team decides, you know what, why not wage some war, which they kind of, I mean, it doesn't quite go like well, they wage war up here, kind of the mountain area over here, and they're kind of going well because, you know, look at the terrain layer. It's pretty hilly, and they live in a river valley, so they're kind of not used to the hills, but they're kind of pushing in slowly, even managing to take this major city, and they're kind of like actually doing surprisingly well for, you know, what they have. And the great team's kind of like, whoa, they kind of send, you know, mountain military because they have a better like kind of army suited for mountains. But the thing is, they also, you know, they use boats a lot for trade. They have, you know, a big trading network with boats. So they actually have a decent navy. Not like a world-class navy, but like they launched a naval landing over here and kind of sandwiching them in, which, you know, was unexpected. And they kind of try to fight back more. And they're like, no, until it kind of stalemates here. There's like some pushes, you know, they push in big here. But then the gray team kind of pushes back, and it's like not really going anywhere. So they kind of concede and say, okay, fine. Perfect time for, you know, this layer. So they are going to take this one with the major city, which they're kind of upset about, you know, having to let go this major city. But, you know, it could be worse because look at how much land they took in the war versus like how much they got, you know. So they actually kind of, you know, they did well for that. But they managed to, you know, convince them to get back this major city. So this is like a small war. This isn't like a super major war. But still, it's, you know, has its ramifications. So yeah, the gold team's expanded a bit into the mountains, which if anything kind of helps their military because of people. They're trying to kind of assimilate them in because they realize they kind of want that. They're literally trying to train their troops how to go in mountain warfare, because this is definitely not like a you know, foreshadowing for, this is not the first war they're gonna do with the gray team, and they definitely don't plan a long period of wars with the gray team and take them over. What? Spoilers. Like, not really spoilers. Yeah, so then, well, yeah. Anyways, speaking of stuff, we have the Dark Teal team over here, which has kind of been pretty isolated. Literally kind of, you know, moving, like, their capital that they had. Let me switch this capital to a major city because, you know, that would actually be their first major city. Switch the capital to a major city over here. And, basically need to give them a new capital, which they're gonna shift out west to actually pretty far west out over here, and they're kind of gonna expand around this new capital even kind of doing, because they're nomadic people. They're nomadic people to kind of semi-abandon these areas because they're like, who really needs these areas? So they kind of like migrate. They're literally kind of migrating now that they're kind of over here, migrating through the lands, and they are starting to kind of, they still kind of remember this area, you know, they'll still have it explored, but they're kind of expanding over here into this area, and also, of course, you know, exploring across this new terrain because, well, you know, you gotta keep the exploration going so they have new lands to, you know, go into. But they literally just kind of shifted the whole country west a bit. It's still really flat grasslands. They're actually expanding through this, or exploring through this pretty fast, because this is like kind of vast open grasslands, and this is like their first migration, but almost definitely won't be their last. So yeah, we have them kind of slowly migrating westwards. So yeah, that's what's up over there. You know, not that interesting right now, but I mean, yeah, that's for your own decision, I guess. But yeah, it's been a good 20 minutes now, a good episode, and you know, we got the dark blue team still looking pretty menacing. But yeah, I think that's probably all, and well, as they say, goodbye, my cabbages. Yeah. Goodbye, my cabbages.